Good morning everyone. This video is for grade 11, day 20, chapter 2, and the topic is relation and function. In this video, we are going to learn about operations on function. Well, when I say operation, then in mathematics, we are already aware of the basic 4 operations, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, isn't it? So when I am telling you that operations on function, then definitely we are going to use those operations on functions. So let's see. Suppose there is a x which is a subset of r. R stands for real number. Then the various operations on the function are defined below. First is sum of two real functions. So there is a function f on x such that x belongs x to r, where r stands for real number, and there is another function gx where x is what? Real number. Then the new function which we get after adding f and g, which is my f plus g function on x, is also a real number, and this we can write it like this. That is fx plus gx individually for all x belongs to capital X. To make it simple, this you can see that if f and g are functions, then for all values of x for which both fx and gx exist, f plus gx is equal to fx plus gx, where f plus g is a individual function, as a new function, and that is equals to fx plus gx, right? So here we are not using distributive property, because if you see this, it will look like, okay fine, this x is getting multiplied with this x and this g is multiplied with this x, then we are getting fx and gx. No, we are not using distributive property. And also it is not f plus g times x. Here the notation, it is a function. Here the function notation f plus g x. So this is a function. Neither we are using the distributive property over here, neither we can say that it is f plus g times x. Here f plus g means a function. So f plus g is the name of the function and x over here is the independent variable. So you need to remember this only. So now I hope it is clear. If there are two functions fx and gx, then this can be written as like this: f plus g, which is a new function, and x is the independent variable, right? So that was the first one. Similarly, we can do it for the difference multiplication as well. Like if f minus g into x, that is f minus g is a function and x is the variable, then we can write it like as fx minus gx. See, in many books it is given in a very complicated way, and very big statements are there. So I have just written it in a very short form. So this you need to remember, because the problem are based on this particular expression itself, right? So this you need to remember, and this you need to understand. Forget about all the long lengthy statements. Only this you need to understand. The third one is multiplication of two real numbers. Now multiplication of two real numbers means, suppose there are two functions fx and gx, then we can say that fgx, where fg is a new function and x is the independent variable, can be written as fx as a function and gx as a function. So the product of two functions fx and gx gives you fg as a new function with independent variable x, right? Similarly, in case of division, f by gx equals to fx by gx, where gx is not equals to 0. Definitely whenever we divide, because if the denominator will become 0, then the value will be how much? Infinite, isn't it? That's why fx by gx, where gx is not equals to 0. And the last one is the scalar multiplication of a function. That is, whenever we multiply a constant to a function, suppose alpha is a constant over here, and that's why I call it as a scalar multiplication, then in that case we can write it as alpha into fx. As you can see that here fg is written as fx into gx, because both are the function. Here alpha is not a function, it is a scalar multiplication. That's why I am writing alpha outside it, and then I'm writing it like that. So you need to remember all the 5 formulas which I have discussed just now, because that going to help you in grade 11, also in grade 12, as well as in the competitive exams, right? How question will be based on that, how question will be framed on this, that I'm going to discuss with you right now. So you can see this is the first question, in which fx equals to 3x plus 2, gx equals to 4 minus 5x. I have to find f plus gx, then f minus gx, then f gx, and then f by gx. These are the 4 subparts of the question. Now, as per the formula, f plus gx can be written as fx plus gx, isn't it? Now, what is the value of fx? That is 3x plus 2. So I have removed this fx, I have replaced this fx by 3x plus 2, and at place of gx I can write 4 minus 5x, exactly what I have done here. So at place of gx I have written 4 minus 5x. Now when I'll remove the bracket, I can add like terms, right? So this 3x minus 5x will become minus 2x, and this 2 plus 4 is 6. So this is the answer. So the value of f plus gx is minus 2x plus 6, as simple as that. Similarly, in case of subtraction, what you are going to do is that f minus gx is equals to fx minus gx. As I told you that you only have to remember the formulas. So over here, at place of fx, it is given already 3x plus 2, so I have written the same. Then the sign is minus sign, and at the place of gx it is 4 minus 5x, so I have written the same, 4 minus 5x. Once I'll remove the bracket, this minus will become plus, and this 4 will be minus. So adding the like terms, I'll get 8x minus 2 as my solution. I hope there is no problem in that till here, and you are getting whatever I am saying. Now the third is fx into gx into x. So this is fx into gx, right? So at place of fx, I have put the value, at place of gx, I have put the value. So when we'll remove the bracket, when you'll multiply it, so 3x into 4 is 12x, then 3x into minus 5x is your minus 15x square, 4 2s are 8, and then 5 into 2 is minus 10x. So adding all the like terms, we'll get this as the value of fgx. Similarly, for the division, f by gx is fx by gx. Now if you write that, you remember this should not be equals to 0. So I can write here also 4 minus 5x should not be equals to 0. So 4 minus 5x if is not equals to 0, then that means x should not be equals to 4 by 5. That's why I have written the same condition over here. So that's it. Let's see the second question, which is fx equals to 2x plus 1 and gx equals to x square minus 4. I have to find f plus gx, then f minus gx, then f gx, and then f by gx. These are the values which I need to find. So for the first one, f plus gx, the value of fx can be written as fx plus gx. As per the formula operation on function, we can write f plus gx as fx plus gx. Now at place of fx, I can replace it by 2x plus 1, and at place of gx, I can replace it by x square minus 1. So when I add the like term, I'll get this as my answer. So the answer is x square plus 2x minus 3, because this minus 4 plus 1 will give you minus 3. Similarly, for minus f minus gx, here what I can write is fx minus gx. So at place of fx gx, then I have subtracted and I got the answer. Similarly for fgx, what I can do is that, as you can see over here, I have just multiplied the value. Fgx can be written as fx into gx. So at place of fx this, at place of gx this. So when you will multiply, when you will solve, you will get this as the answer, right? Moving ahead, and the last point is f by gx. So that is my f by gx. Again, this is the value of f by gx, can be written as fx by gx as per the formula. So this is 2x plus 1 and this is x squared minus 4. So this x squared minus 4 should not be equals to 0. That means x should not be equals to plus minus 2. So the condition I have written over here, and this is the solution. So I hope this concept is clear to you. This particular topic is easy and scoring, so I suggest you to practice all the type of questions which are based on that. Moreover, I'll try to cover more question. Few questions are out of syllabus as well, but that is important for competition point of view. So that I'll be discussing in the next video. Till then, there are few assignment questions based on today's video. I request you to go through all the questions and see whether you are getting the solution or not. So here I am sharing all the questions. Answer also I have provided here, so you can match your answer with that once you solve. So these are the question. In the third question, fx is gx is this. I have used this symbol. It means find f plus gx, f minus gx, f gx, and f by gx. So you need to find all the 4 values. As you can see, arrow I have given over here, so I have not written it twice. Another question, this is my one question about the scalar identity I just want to discuss over here, and based on that there are 2 more questions. That is fx equals to 4x minus 1. I have to find half fx. So as you can see that this is a scalar one, right? So the value of this is half into, at place of fx, what you can write is 4x minus 1. So that is 4x by 2 minus 1 by 2. So the answer will be 2x minus 1 by 2. So this is simply, you can do the calculation. Based on that there are 2 more questions. So I expect that you are solving, you are doing your assignments on time. Please like, subscribe and comment, and I need your support for the same. And the notes link are there in the description part of the video. Moreover, if you have any suggestion regarding my video, or if you want some more content, then you can write that in the comment box. Thank you and take care of yourself.